31-28. I had to let this one stew about 24 hours. I want to do no swearing on this one. The Bears lose in a debacle of a fourth quarter to the Denver Broncos at home. That was a really tough one to swallow. I'm in Denver, Colorado now. If you guys know, if you guys been following, I moved here and I was watching the game with my in-laws, who are, of course, Bronco fans. Sadly enough, midway through the third quarter, as the Bears were ahead 28-7, I actually told them, hold your horses, guys, because they pretty much were counting the Broncos out there like, they're horrible, they're the worst team. I go, just wait. There's something that could happen in the fourth quarter, knowingly that, sadly enough, the Bears pulled through and the coaching staff made a mockery of what professional football coaching should be. So many things happened there in the fourth quarter that pretty much ruined Justin Fields' greatest career as an NFL professional quarterback. I mean, it was his first game having 4 touchdowns and over 300-yard passing. He played pretty much at a Pro Bowl level for 3.5 quarters. I mean, they literally had 28-7 with a couple minutes left in the third quarter, guys. So the defense, obviously the Bears defense is just poor, very, very poor. And, they went out and they picked up some free agents this year, and you can just see they are just not playing very well. And I put a lot of it on coaching because, number one, the head coach is currently the defensive coordinator. Eberflus, he's got to go, guys. That's my thoughts on that. It's 2 games in a row that piss poor effort from the defense. It looked like they couldn't stop a college football team, let alone a professional football team. So they look all sorts out of whack. I understand injuries happen, but this is the NFL. You have to be next man up, and you have to be able to get your scheme ready and get your guys ready to play at an effort level that matches the whole entire game. And looks like the Bears just couldn't do that. And then obviously, if you guys were watching the game, the play calling became completely suspect towards the end of the fourth quarter. It was more of playing not to lose versus playing to win. And then by doing that, the Bears allowed them to get back in play, whether it was on defensive, calling blitzes or not calling blitzes, playing a little bit of a shell cover too much, allowing Russ Wilson to kind of pick them apart, coming back. And then on top of that is the offensive play calling of, doing too much of the drop back passes. I know it was working, but they also were not moving the pocket. They were moving the pocket earlier in the game. Justin was throwing on the run, becoming a little bit too predictable as they were playing conservatives in the fourth quarter of, just like I said, playing not to lose. And then the debacle of that play call of going for it on 4th and 1, where it should have kicked the field goal. Look, my thoughts are, I'm pretty sure the statisticians would say go for it. And then most likely 4th and 1, you should be able to get that 4th down. So it's whatever. I would have kicked the field goal knowingly that this is the thing. Both defenses were playing pretty shitty. Denver's, Broncos got an interception at the very end. So my thoughts are, the Bears probably should have kicked that field goal. Just take the lead back. Get a little bit of that momentum back, because literally they scored nothing since the middle of the third quarter. They could do nothing. So kick that field goal, take the lead. Give that confidence that, defense, all you need to do is hold them to a field goal, and worst case scenario, go to overtime. So he should have kicked the field goal and then give the ball back to Russ. And then, like I just said, hold them to a field goal at worst case scenario. And this is the thing. You just never know. If you have the lead, you just never know if a ball gets tipped and an interception happens. Somehow the Bears end up winning the game, and it's a moot point, and it's one of the greatest games Justin Fields is on the right track. Maybe it changes your entire season, and in reality, changes your career path, because right now I believe the head coach is going to be gone. and he should be gone because I feel like his play calling, and plus, what is he, like 3-18, 3-17, or whatever the case may be. He's showing no improvement as a team. In second year, you should, as a head coach, you should show some type of improvement. And through 4 weeks, he's shown none. And I feel like after this whole debacle of allowing a team that's probably just as bad as you to come back from 21 points down with literally 1 quarter left, that just comes on coaching. I feel like, to be able to scheme and get your guys to play the entire 4 quarters, not just 3.5. So like I just said, I was deflated. I was, it's the funny thing, I wasn't even upset anymore. We've gotten to that point. You can ask a lot of Bear fans now, they're not even upset. It was almost expected for that debacle to happen, sadly. And then, like I just said, the worst part is that you just couldn't say anything anymore. You couldn't get the energy to get angry. And that's pretty much where all the Bear fans are at, I feel like, is that you've given up so much faith and believing in that team that they can turn it around, they can rebuild or whatnot. You just don't have the energy to even be angry anymore at what's happening. So, like I said, hopefully this is the beginning of at least Justin Fields can turn his career around. Maybe he's with the Bears, maybe it's not. We just don't know. People are like, well, at least the Bears will have the number 1, number 2 picks because Carolina lost 2. But that's one of those things where you shouldn't root for that, because number 1, you just had the number 1 draft pick. That just means you have horrendous 2-3 years of football. So you don't want to root for that. You actually want to win, but we'll see where this is going to end up, where it takes the franchise and everything. And I hope this is an eye-opening experience, that something happens and changes happen, but I really don't believe it's going to happen. They have a short week. They got Washington Commanders coming in on Thursday. We'll see where that takes you. Sam Howell is playing pretty good, so I can see him probably lighting up the Bears defense. And like I said, I can still see Justin Fields possibly using this as a stepping stone to at least progress, because he did play very well today. So I'll give him that. I'd give him maybe a B plus. We'll see if he can build on that on Thursday's game against Washington. But like I said, as a Bears fan, you end up losing all emotional connection sometimes. So there you guys go. You guys like this up? Subscribe.